What's up, guys? It's Road to Saturday here with another video. Make sure to go like and subscribe. And comment. I'm making a lot of good content daily. So and we're going on the best college football tour in the whole we're going on a great college football tour. So today what we're gonna do, we are doing my week 2 college football predictions. If you did not know, we're doing this every week. If I get more than half of them wrong, I'm giving away 3 college football jerseys. You just have to be subscribed to enter the giveaway. So and this is not against the spread. I will mention the spread, but it's not against. So I'm just picking the winner of the game. We did this for week 0 and week 1. Y'all really love this, so hopefully y'all show some more love on this video. All right, starting up. This is a Thursday night game. Florida A&M versus Miami. Come on, guys. Miami, probably the best team in the ACC. I'm taking Miami. There's no line on that yet. Villanova at Louisville. This would be a good game if it's basketball, but I'm taking Louisville, guys. Come on. Give me a game that all right. Norfolk State against Virginia. I have Virginia losing week 0 against NC State, so I like Virginia to get a bounce back win against Norfolk State pretty handily. Speaking of NC State, Richmond against NC State. I'm very high. I might be biased, but I'm really high on NC State this year. I think we have a great roster, great defense. CJ Bailey coming back. And side note, did y'all see those uniforms that they're wearing in this game? So I like NC State very easily against Richmond. There's no line on that. Now here's a good game. Rutgers against Boston College. This will be the bandana game. I expect fans to show out this game. I actually like Boston College here. I'm not very high on them in the ACC, but I think they get a big win against Rutgers here. Now here's the biggest game of the Friday. It's Missouri against Kansas, a big rivalry. It's at Kansas. Missouri is a 7-point favorite. I like Missouri, but I don't think they'll cover. I think just because it's at Kansas, it's a big rivalry. I think this will be a great game, but I'm gonna take Missouri to win. But they will not cover. Close. And now we're here to the Saturday slate. Starting out with Cal Poly against San Jose State. I like San Jose State they play USC week 1. Week 0. That's probably a loss, but I think they play USC. But I think they bounce back here against Cal Poly. Mercyhurst against New Mexico. I'm very high on New Mexico this year. I like them to get a win there. Now here's this. I almost said the biggest game. The second biggest game of the weekend here. Oklahoma at Michigan. If you did not see my college football playoff predictions, you should go watch that right now so I don't give any spoilers. I have Oklahoma to win the national championship and go undefeated. To win the SEC, I'm taking Oklahoma here. The line is Michigan 1.5. I think Oklahoma. I think Michigan's another 8-4 team again. I was not the biggest fan of the Kyle Whittingham hire, but I just don't see why they can go how they can go 11-1, or 12-0, Here's a sleeper game: Arizona State at Texas A&M. The line is 14.5. I think Texas A&M covers here, and I think they win. Not very high on Arizona State this year. Not a big fan of Cutter Boley, but I like Texas A&M to cover and win. Washington State at Kansas State. I'm pretty high on Kansas State this year. They had a down year last year. I think Avery Johnson has a great year this year. Give me Kansas State to win. There's no line yet. Oregon at Oklahoma State. I kind of want to take Oklahoma State here. I'm very high on them. But I'm going to take Oregon, but they're not going to cover. 18.5. If y'all didn't see, Oklahoma State's making the playoff for me. I think they're a very solid team. but I'll take them to lose here to Oregon. ETSU against North Carolina. This is the only game North Carolina will win this year. That's just my hot take. I'll take North Carolina, though. Old Dominion at Virginia Tech. Old Dominion has gave Virginia Tech, like, tough games over the last couple of years. So, but I think Virginia Tech has a really good roster this year. I have them to beat Old Dominion. And when I'm not mentioning the line, there is no line yet on ESPN. I'm just looking at the scoreboard. Wake Forest and Purdue, two Power 4 conference teams. Purdue is at home. I'm not very high on Wake this year, but I'm not high on Purdue either. I'll take Wake Forest to win, but it's going to be close. Howard at Indiana. Come on, guys. It's Indiana. I have them to win. Penn State at Temple. I do not know why Penn State is playing at Temple, but I think Penn State wins very easily. South Florida at Army. We are seeing Army later in the tour. I like Army here. I think people love South Florida this year, but I think Army's has one of the best shots to be the Group of 16 or the G5 team to make the college football playoff. App State at East Carolina. We are going to this game for our college football tour. I'm really excited about this game. I like East Carolina. They have a tough game against Alabama week 1. I think they bounce back against in-state opponent in App State. Wofford at Kent State. I like Wofford. I know that's crazy, but Kent State's so bad. I don't think they'll win a game this year. So I like Wofford. Western Kentucky at Georgia. I like Georgia. I'm not very I'm very high on Georgia this year. It all depends on what's the fucking quarterback's name? Gunnar Stockton. It all depends on him, I think. I mean, they have a great roster around him. It's just now, can he deliver this year, you know? UT Martin at West Virginia. I think West Virginia is a very good team this year. I think Michael Hawkins could be a really good player for them. I like West Virginia to beat UT Martin. Collegiate against Central Michigan. I like Central Michigan here. Don't know much about either team, but I like Eastern Michigan to win. Stony Brook against No, we missed a game. Sorry. Holy Cross against Miami, Ohio. I like Miami, Ohio. They've always been a solid team. Stony Brook against Ball State. I like Ball State to win. Here's another big game. Alabama at Kentucky. I like Kentucky here. This is one of my upsets in week 2. I'm not very high on Alabama. It doesn't matter who they throw in at quarterback. If it's Keelan Russell or Austin Mack, I do like Will Stein a lot. I think he'll be a great coach for Kentucky. I think Kentucky makes a bowl game this year. So I like Kentucky to beat Alabama. Mississippi State against Minnesota. Minnesota, very sleeper team in the Big Ten. Drake Lindsey coming back. I like Minnesota to beat Mississippi State. Weber State against Colorado. Not very high on Colorado this year, but I like Colorado against Weber State. This might be the only game they win this year, you know? UCF against Pitt. I like UCF here. I think Alonzo Barnett could have went to a bigger school than UCF, but I think he'll be a very good player for them this year, so I like UCF to beat Pitt. At Pitt, too. Now we're getting into some very good games. Arizona at BYU. I like BYU here. I think Arizona is a very good team this year. Very sleeper. They had a bad year last year, but they bring back Noah Fifita. I like BYU to get a win here, though. California at Syracuse. I like Syracuse here. They're at home. And I think Cal's kind of overrated this year. People are making them seem like they're this most underrated team. I don't see anything that's very good on their team other than JKS. Duke versus Illinois. I had Duke losing week 1 against Tulane. I like Illinois here too, so Duke will fall to 0-2 against Illinois. Man, if they kept Mensa, they would be a college football playoff contender. But they lost him. They don't have a great quarterback this year. I like Illinois to beat Duke. It is at Illinois too. That's another reason. Eastern Michigan at Michigan State. I had Eastern Michigan winning week 1. I don't think they'll win this week. Give me Michigan State. I'm not very high on Michigan State though. Maryland at UConn. I think Maryland will be a solid team this year. Malik Washington, a very good player. I like Maryland to get the win here, away from home. Utah State at Washington. Washington is, man, they're probably the 4th best team in the Big Ten. I mean, I like USC, Oregon, and Penn State over them. Yeah, I think they're a very good team. I think they're a college football playoff team. If they can win the big games against Penn State, against USC. Rice at Notre Dame. I think they're one of the best teams in the country. They bring back C.J. Carr. UTSA against Texas State. Man, 2 good Group of 5 teams right here. I like UTSA away from home to beat Texas State. UL Monroe against UAB. I like UAB just because they're at home. See, guys, this is a little bit harder for me than week 0 and week 1 because week 0 and week 1, a lot of teams are playing FCS teams. This is more a little bit more conference or Group of 5 against Group of 5 or Group of 6 against so it's just a little bit harder. So this is a great opportunity for 3 people to get a free college football jersey. Robert Morris against Akron. I like Akron. Central Connecticut against Toledo. I think Toledo is going to be a good team this year. I like Toledo. Sacred Heart against UMass. Do I want to take UMass? Yeah, I'll just take UMass. Wagner against James Madison. I'm very interested to see how James Madison responds. After losing Bob Chesney, they hire Billy Napier. They lose Alonzo Barnett. They lose Wayne Knight, but I still think they'll be a solid team this year. And I like James Madison to get the win here. UNLV at North Texas. UNLV is a sleeper team, y'all. I'm telling you, they're the best Group of 5 team or Group of 6. I don't know why I keep mixing those up. Group of 6 team in college football. I think they win a college. Well, if you have not seen my college football playoff predictions, go watch that before I spoil it. But I like UNLV to make the playoff and win a college football playoff game. So give me UNLV here. UC Davis against SMU. I like SMU here. I think they'll be a very good team this year. Northern Colorado against Wyoming. I'll take Wyoming. I think they'll be a pretty good team this year. Alabama State against Troy. I like Troy. Delaware at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt needs to be careful here. I think Delaware is a very good team this year. I think Vanderbilt will win. But be careful, Vanderbilt. None of these games have lines yet. I don't know why, but Campbell at Florida. I like Florida. It's in the swamp. Memphis at Boise State. This is a very sleeper game. I like Boise State just because they're at home on the blue field. This means I have Memphis falling to 0-2, which is very surprising because they're normally a great team. But they have 2 hard games back to back. They have UNLV and Boise State. Buffalo versus FIU. I don't know much about both teams. I like Buffalo though. I'll take Buffalo to win away from home. Jacksonville State versus Ohio. I have Jacksonville State losing week 0. I have them getting a bounce back win away from home at Ohio. So I'll take Jacksonville State to win. Monmouth again. I don't know against Western Michigan. I like Western Michigan. Townsend versus South Carolina. I like South Carolina to win. Tennessee against at Georgia Tech. Man, I'm gonna take Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a little bit of a sleeper. I don't think they're gonna win more than 9 games, but I think they're 8-4. I think 8-4, 8-4 or 9-3. Western Carolina against Cincinnati. I don't like Cincinnati this year. I think they will win here though. Southern against Houston. Give me Houston. Houston's a very good team this year. Bowling Green against Nebraska. I like Nebraska. I don't know how good they're going to be this year. I still like them though. Southern Utah against Colorado State. I like Colorado State. Tulsa against Sam Houston. I'll take Tulsa to win. Illinois State versus Northern Illinois. I like Northern Illinois. South Alabama against Tulane. I have Tulane beating Duke. Week 1, I like them getting another win here to move on to 2-0. West Georgia against Arkansas State. I like Arkansas State. Georgia State against Kennesaw State. These are like the 2 worst. I mean, I don't think Kennesaw State's that bad, but Georgia State is some dog shit. Like, I like Kennesaw State. Middle Tennessee State against Marshall. I like Marshall and Tony Gibson to get a big win. Lindenwood against Missouri State. I like Missouri State. San Diego State against UCLA. UCLA needs to be careful here. I have them winning week 1 against Cal. But yeah, I like UCLA here. I think Nico has a really good year this year. Western Illinois against Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin could be a good team this year. They play Notre Dame week 1, which I think they do lose, but they could be a good team in the Big Ten this year. Southern Miss against Auburn. Auburn's going to be good this year. I like them. Ohio State versus Texas. Biggest game of the week. I have one thing. Hook 'em. Texas wins. Ohio State, I have them losing 4 times this year. I'm not going to spoil it yet, but I just don't think they're a good team this year. Like, they're not a bad team. I just don't see them. Like, their schedule's tough this year, y'all. Texas Tech against Oregon State. At Oregon State, too. Don't forget that. I like Texas Tech, though, I think. Yeah. I'm really interested to see how Will Hammond performs. They were one of my national championship front runners. If they keep Sorsby, I don't see them being very good after losing Sorsby. But Iowa State at Iowa, a big rivalry here. It's at Iowa. Can Jalen Raynor shock the Iowa crowd? No. Give me Iowa to win. The line is 11.5 Iowa. I don't think they cover that. I think they do win, though. Oh, and sorry, y'all. The line for the Texas-Ohio State game is 1.5 Texas. I like Texas. I think Texas will win by a touchdown. Georgia Southern at Clemson. Clemson needs to be careful. Last year, the same thing happened against Troy, where they thought they were going to destroy them. They only won by, I think, 2 scores. They need to be careful here. Navy against FAU. I like Navy here. Am I crazy to say Navy against Army at the end of the year will be a top 25 matchup? I don't think I'm crazy to say that. Louisiana Tech against at LSU. I like LSU. I'm not very high on LSU this year. Y'all know that. I think they win 8 games or less, but I like them to win here. Fordham against Coastal. I like Coastal here. We are seeing them later in the tour for the free food. But I like them to beat Fordham. Charlotte at Ole Miss. Sorry, Charlotte, you're getting your ass kicked here. Give me Ole Miss. Prairie View against Baylor. I like Baylor. Grambling against TCU. I like TCU. I'm very interested to see how TCU performs after losing Josh Hoover. But I still think they'll be a very good team. Texas Southern against UTEP. I'm just going to take an upset here. I like Texas Southern to win. North Dakota State against Air Force. I like North Dakota State to move on to be 2-0 in their first season of FBS ball. I think they're a very good team this year. Arkansas at Utah. I'm very excited to see this game. The line is 9.5 Utah. I think Utah makes the playoff this year. I think people are just sleeping on them. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the country in Devin Dampier. I like Utah to win and cover the 9.5. Sacramento State against Fresno State. Give me Fresno State. Montana State against Nevada. I like Nevada. No, I'm gonna take my Montana State here. Louisiana against USC. USC is gonna win that ball game. And then the final game, New Mexico State and Hawaii. I like Hawaii. So those are my predictions for week 2. Hopefully y'all like this one as much as y'all like the week 0 and week 1 predictions. That's like my most viewed video. So thanks for showing all the love in this journey though, y'all. I love y'all. I only have 20 subscribers, but I love all 20 of them. That's when I like. I don't even look at it as a number. I just look at it as people who support me. Like, I'd rather have 10,000 subscribers who actually like care to watch me than having just a million, you know? So again, I'm trying to get 500 subscribers before the college football season. Remember, giveaway. If I get half of these wrong, 3 college football jerseys to 3 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Comment if you have any questions, or like if you think I'm wrong in any of those. I answer all my comments. And like the video. See y'all.